There we go. Love it when institutionals running by their ass off pump and hold games get defeated. And boy, were they trying to fight all the selling that was going on. They did the head fake. They came down, pierced below this horrid junk range that we've had to deal with as they tried to hold it to make a run. I actually think they were thinking they could hold this until Friday and then use CPI news to come up. Fortunately, we had a Trump tweet or talk about China might be tariffs ahead, and it's kind of been rough. Now I've been shorting in the overnight session. Shorted, what was it, yesterday? Or I shorted yesterday in the overnight session, and I shorted again last night. I think it was right here. Not there. I shorted again last night. I'm like, this is not going to break out. So made a little bit of money in the overnight session. Then first mom signal today, institutionals ran it down, took out that level I've had marked for a few days, cleaned out the bottom of this range, and right away came on with the buy pumpers. I mean, they were buying zero DTE options, regular options, baskets of junk stocks, meaning they're not buying the high flyers. They buy safe blue chips. They buy value stocks to make it look like there's stock buying going on in general and futures, and they buy them all automated. And they pushed and pushed and pushed, got us to the middle of the range, and they just couldn't overcome the selling. So I love it when I see institutionals try to hold markets. I hate that stuff. It's like, get out of here. Let the markets have organic auction market process. We don't need institutionals that can go get money off the Fed discount window, holding markets. It just collapses volatility, and it gets boring actually watching this stuff. So anyhow, some were one and done on the long trade today. Some weren't. You got the second trade short, boom, you're done. If you stayed in this thing and played 1, 2, 3, 4 trades, you're probably about triple daily goal. But I advocate just get your daily goal and be done. So what I did today, I had one account that I'm like, when it hits 700, baby, flat me right there. That one did that. I was working a trade on one of my accounts that talks out to more follower accounts than this one. I took a short in the overnight, so I had a little bit of money going into the trade day. I traded lighter size, caught that, and then I put on a manual trade short right here and caught a little bit and finished well over 700 on the day. So, and these are accounts. These are what I call master accounts that are talking out trade activity to eval and live accounts. So that was a wondrous day today to get out of this junk range we've been stuck in and flush things out and go down and clean things up. Markets need this. Nobody wants to trade this garbage. And institutionals, they have the liquidity to what I call pump and park. So that was a classic pump, just steamroller anybody trying to sell, and then park. And they can do that. Retailers can't do it, and hedge funds can't do it. They can do it because they can play with Fed discount window money, and that's a story in itself. So anyhow, that scrub range, I call it a junk range. These don't happen by accident. These are all institutionals playing games. They couldn't overcome the sellers today. They were able to overcome sellers at the beginning of yesterday and then dissuade sellers out of the market. And then today, when they pumped it, it got sold into pretty heavy by fund side and retailers. And down she comes. They got off the buy pumps and they had to get out of the way. So anyhow, makes some sense too. I mean, stuff with China is definitely not resolved. Very likely we could go, to tariffs on November 1st. So not sure what institutionals were thinking that they could keep holding this up maybe waiting for Friday to do a super pump range extension through the all-time highs on CPI news. So anyhow, they'll have to come in and build some support, or maybe they'll just get out of the way and let this thing start settling lower. The main thing, markets with volatility are good. Markets with collapse volatilities are junk. So there you have it. Great day. One or two and through, one and done, or two and through, depending how much size you traded. And yeah, another great day with the mom signals. If you have any questions for me, info@gridalgo.com. I have a whole bunch of interesting content. Matter of fact, let's go look at the scalp dots chart. Some of our group is working automated trades off the scalp dots using third-party tools. Let's go take a look at the scalp dots chart today. Okay, here's the scalp dots chart. Here was that short in the overnight session that I worked. And this is actually really rare for the market to sit between the super bands for that long. Whenever I see that, yep, if you see it for a little while, that could be consolidation, like a bull flag for an up move, or a consolidation after some selling, bear flag for a down move. This is just all institutionals trying to hang on, trying to hold the market right up near the magnet of all-time highs, which is just slightly above, and they just couldn't do it. They couldn't overcome the selling that came in today. So, as I've advocated before in other videos, not only can you work super dot trades on the excursions outside of the bands, also when you see the bands either in an upward tilt or in this case a downward tilt that kind of started right in here, any big pumps above the mid band, scalp dot short, quick scalps. Or, when I say quick scalps, meaning just one-off trades, and so on, so on, so on, so on. So the bands, and a lot of people don't realize that we have two modes for this bands. It was in a recent update. We have a static bands mode, so it operates one way. I never use that. I leave it in what I call a dynamic mode, where it's taking advantage of a whole new computational style and programming style that the programmer basically came up with. That was a major breakthrough back here a few months ago when we deployed the super bands. So, or gosh, I don't know, like May or June or something like that. I think it was June. So anyhow, I love these bands. They've been fantastic, and they've really boosted the institutional FX trading side. We've had about an 18-19% improvement in trade, what we call entry precision, when we're in the FX markets, buying, covering part at mid-band, selling, then selling, cover part at mid-band, hold, then now we'd be buying and so on. But we do that in the FX markets on four CFDs and either 8 or 12 FX instruments in 12 to 16 instrument portfolios, fully automated. Been doing that for years. So anyhow, yeah, we were stuck between the upper and lower bands. That's always a tell for me. And now we broke below. So anyhow, we do have support a little bit lower, and then some additional support lower. So I wouldn't be surprised if we cycle a bit even lower today. We'll see. Because once this thing lets go, there's a lot of, what I call global profit taking. We're globally fund level, like, oh, they couldn't hold the highs. Institutionals are out of here. They're not going to be supporting this. We better sell and take profits on our high flying stocks that are deep in the money. And they start throwing on short side hedge and futures and putting on options trades, directional to the short side too. So anyhow, scalp dots trade had some good setups. And that last little gasp of institutional attempt to hang on to thing, you got a beautiful, nice little rotation, got the scalp dot. Bands were obviously down at that moment of time. You're above the mid band, A+ setup, to sell kickbacks against a obviously rolling and developing downtrend. Okay, there you have it. Let's get rid of that chart quick and wrap it up. So Algo-IQ program access at the website. If you have questions of me, info@gridalgo.com. If you got questions on how to set up a portfolio, do fund trading, Darwin X, your own fund, maybe manage your own accounts like a retirement and you want to do portfolio trading fully automated, that's how you get a hold of me. I set up that stuff frequently for high net worth traders or fund groups or Darwin X traders or super PAM fund managers and so on. And if you want to get some insight into the system, the tools available, all three platforms, go to the website. Okay, beautiful day. Mom signals rocked. Yesterday we got beat up a bit, but hey, that's what daily loss limits are for. So the way I trade for going for 700 a day on a 150K account. On 300K accounts, I like the 1100 to 1250 day range. So that's up to you. But on a 700K account, I'm willing to lose 900 up to 4 times a month to get my 700 the other 15 or 16 days a month. So I think let's see, in 2025, I have a few months where I've had one losing day, a range of months where I've had 2 losing days. 1 month, I had 3 losing days. I think I had 3 losing days in August. So I was just looking, I have not had a 4 losing day month in 2025. So far here in October, I have 2 losing days. No, I have 2 losing days. So anyhow, but I've had a lot of days where I've closed way over 700, or when I see setups, I'll throw on a little trade, grab an extra 100 or 2 to pad up over 700. Just kind of seeing where I am day to day, week to week. But yeah, mom signals. I can't find a better based system to trade automated intraday for prop trading. If you got one, let me know. I'll test it out. This baby's been rocking. I love it. And can't wait to run this all on TickBlaze, which is big announcements hitting this week. We're finally getting close to launching that with some members that are part of the TickBlaze group itself. So big news ahead coming into the later part of the week. Okay, everybody, have a fantastic trade day. info@gridalgo.com if you have questions of me. Loving the system. We have a great group. I love our private community, the interaction. Got a good mix of newer automated traders and then some sophisticated automated traders. And the sharing's been brilliant. Keep on going, baby. Keep on going. Put these institutionals with their feet up on the desk and the buy buttons with the cover flipped down and safety wired. Okay, have a great day. Talk to y'all later.